They're suing me for something I didn't do. It's just the most bullshit thing. And I literally had to pay them a lot of
Jake Paul is now being sued by Netflix following his loss to Anthony Joshua. Watching it unfold in real time, the disconnect was impossible to ignore between what this event was meant to be, how it was marketed, and what it ultimately became. This wasn't a quiet experiment or a minor crossover. It was promoted as a defining, high-impact moment on a global stage.
That Gervonta Davis was being very difficult to work with and Netflix was just waiting for.
The fight was sold as a major Netflix heavyweight event, streamed worldwide to millions of subscribers. Every marketing beat emphasized the same message. This was serious boxing. Not influencer spectacle, not an exhibition, not YouTube drama in gloves. It was positioned as Joshua versus Paul in a real professional arena, with official judges, ringside doctors, full broadcast crews, and legitimate heavyweight stakes. Everything about the production was designed to project credibility.
He broke his jaw, he's fine. We met with Netflix afterwards. He took a shower, he drove himself to the hospital. A broken jaw is very common in sports, particularly in boxing or MMA, and I think the recovery time from...
Jake entered the arena overflowing with confidence, wrapped in branding that portrayed him as fearless and built differently. That was the narrative Netflix invested in and paid heavily to amplify. But the man across from him wasn't a retired MMA fighter, a crossover athlete, or a nostalgia act. It was Anthony Joshua, a former two-time unified heavyweight champion and Olympic gold medalist, with more than a decade of elite-level experience forged through real competition, not curated matchups or online hype.
Joshua didn't throw a single straight right hand for 6 rounds.
The experience gap was glaring. Joshua brought Olympic pedigree, world titles, championship rounds, and lessons learned from real losses. Jake brought polished highlight clips, carefully edited hype, and a record built through controlled risk. Physically, the mismatch was just as obvious. Reach, mass, timing, composure, and power refined over thousands of rounds. Joshua needed no theatrics. Jake relied on bravado just to stay part of the conversation.
And not only did you not get knocked out, you dropped and said, wow.
I was like, wow, that was nice. I was on the ground, I was like, that was a good shot.
Did he surprise you with his power?
To be honest, no, but I mean, he surprised.
This was the first time Jake faced a prime, active, world-class boxer with no reason to hold back. There was no storyline protection and no safety net if things unraveled. From the opening bell, his movement and body language made it clear this wasn't about domination anymore. It was about survival. Everyone watching understood that this loss wouldn't just be a mark on his record, but the public unraveling of a business model built on belief replacing experience.
Looks like Jake Paul is trying to bait him into something, but he's the one that's hit the canvas twice in this round. Incredible.
From the opening moments, Jake's strategy was obvious. Circle, avoid exchanges, clinch under pressure, reset, repeat. There was no effort to control the ring or impose offense. Joshua allowed it. He slowed the pace, studied patterns, conserved energy, and waited. That patience came from championship experience. Jake was spending energy just to exist, while Joshua calmly let fatigue and damage build before closing the distance.
I love this shit, and I'm gonna come back and get a world championship belt at some point.
Are you surprised you went 6 rounds with the former two-time unified heavyweight champion?
Honestly, I'm not surprised.
The 5th round marked the collapse. 2 knockdowns came not from chaos or luck, but from accumulated damage and failing fundamentals. Balance disappeared, defense unraveled, legs stiffened, breathing labored. By the 6th round, the ending was inevitable. One clean, perfectly timed power shot landed, and the referee stepped in. There was no controversy, just a clear conclusion. Jake's body had already surrendered.
Even Anthony Joshua had some class and, apologized to me.
Did he really?
Yeah. He worked his way through the crowd and came up to me and said, Mom, just know it's just boxing.
It's the fight game.
It's just the fight game.
Obviously.
The aftermath told the rest of the story. Some were surprised he lasted 6 rounds. Others were stunned by how helpless he looked under real pressure. Within hours, he was hospitalized. The diagnosis was severe, a broken jaw, later confirmed as a double fracture. Recovery meant weeks of restricted movement, liquid diets, and a complete halt to training. Yet Jake tried to spin the injury into content, turning medical trauma into branding. Meanwhile, the fallout escalated. A scheduled super fight was cancelled, tickets refunded, sponsors burned, and Netflix's investment collapsed. The platform filed a $100 million lawsuit alleging willful breach of contract. This wasn't just about losing a fight. It was about broken trust, damaged credibility, and consequences that extend far beyond the ring.